A few words about new products came out recently, which is interesting. This Canon C400. Well, first of all, in some sense it doesn't look much different from like C500, but this has like new stacked sensor, which is supposed to be better for roll and shutter. And then if you look at specs, technical specs, so basically it has 26.7 megapixel sensor, which is actually telling me this camera in low light will be better than R5, because R5 has 40 something megapixels. When you go to less megapixels, it is better for low light and for roll and shutter. Plus they have stacked sensors. My personal feeling is this camera will be better for roll and shutter than Burano, because Burano they have stacked sensor, but what they did is they increased megapixels to like 40. So basically it's all the same, no stacked sensor, or like say 12 megapixels or 40 with stacked sensor. That's why roll and shutter is very noticeable. For like Sony with 60 megapixels, you know, like A7 CR, it has a big roll and shutter because a lot of megapixels. What they call readout is very slow when you have a lot of megapixels. That's why you have that roll and shutter. So now this 27 look okay to me, but still I believe actually C700, I think it has less. That C700 might be better even. Anyway, what I can tell is it's good now you have CLAC 2 or like R5. I was thinking about R5, now I'm actually thinking about this camera. R5 had only log 3, not log 2. This is known as kind of better dynamic range. This camera costs 8 grand. I've seen you can pre-order already. It's on pre-order right now. You can pre-order. But it's $799, basically 8 grand. So this camera costs like couple grand more than FX6, I guess. I've seen comparison low light FX6 versus this camera. It's pretty good. It's like Sony FX6. Well, I've seen somewhere they have like 12 beat, so dynamic range 16 stops, which is pretty good. It has CF Express and SD card, so full frame. If you want Super 35, you can use Super 35. Super 35 sometimes you might need it. Some people use it to extend the lens, because with crop mode your lens become kind of bigger for millimeters. Now there is, I will post this link. Anyway, they talk about different things. You can check on it. But for me it's important. I've seen somewhere they say about 12 beat. Is that external 12 bit or internal for the color, for the video color? Okay. Recording format. So they have different recording formats, including cinema raw light, audio 16-bit, and they have 24-bit. 24-bit is okay, 48 kilohertz. Now I'll look for, it doesn't say, but I've seen some about 12-bit. Okay, now this camera right now, you can go to like pre-order. Let me see. So this is 12. Oh, this is not 12-bit, this is 10-bit. It has ND filters. So this camera sometimes reminds me C500, but it has RF mount. I don't see 444 12-bit and like on C700 FF. So they, to me, they made kind of C500 kind of with stacked sensor and 26 megapixels. So anyway, here there are overview, specs, and everything, accessories. If you're interested, you can check on it. But for me, it's important 12-bit. Probably external, if it doesn't show, because all that it says about 10-bit. I like to have something with 12-bit today. So this is all 10-bit, 422 10-bit. Now 255 Mbps, that's pretty good. If you know the movie, it's called Big Short, I believe. They were shooting with C500. So this one is kind of like the same. So you expect the same kind of quality. And they were using some lenses, like, to me it's like PL mount. So basically there is right now actually an adapter PL to RF. So PL lenses could be used with this one. I don't see 12-bit, it's probably external. But okay, here, Cinema Raw. Okay, Cinema Raw with 12-bit. So HQ. So this is kind of interesting. 12-bit recording for the colors. Anyway, I've seen it like, let's say C400. Okay, C400. You see, you can already pre-order. B&H. Wow, this movie is from YouTube. Do you have specs or no? Yes, no. Okay, you see pre-order. You can pre-order already. There is also this lens, 17 to 120. I'm not a big fan of zoom lenses, really. Anyway, another kind of news, Canon have 35 millimeters, 1.4. RF. New lens. This one. So basically, whoever likes prime lenses, this is a good choice. This lens is called social media lens, like that 1.4, 3.5. I would call social media. Many times 35 millimeters considered a social media lens. Sometimes 28, but I would think more like 35 to make right social media photo. I think 35 would be better than 28. 28 is for video, if you want to show like different city or buildings and people. Then 28 kind of 28 is more like for environment. This is more like for people. Wider angle 35. It's okay, it's good, but the price is again. If you like it, then if you don't mind to pay, then you see you can pre-order actually on Canon. You don't need to pre-order from somebody else if you don't like. You can pre-order this one. Probably you can pre-order C400 too. So cameras, what's new? Okay, this is not new. Cameras. Let me see. C400. Yeah, I think, let me see. What's in the box? Can you pre-order or not? Yes or no? Okay, this one, PL to RF. So for this camera you can use PL lenses. Now, anyway, it will appear later, maybe in few days. If you like to order from Canon, then it should be a link. Anyway, so that's for Canon. Canon lens and camera. Now there is also that one, it's called Lumix GH7. Honestly, even if everybody's talking about it, I cannot really recommend Micro Four Thirds for professional use. At school, photographic school, I was told to buy full frame, or I should have full frame camera. Well, that was a long time ago, but still, right now you see you can pre-order probably GH7. Pre-order. So basically GH7 is kind of similar to GH6, but they put you know, that for focusing face after focus, like on G9. But this has ventilation. What I like about this, it has ventilation, this one. So it's kind of like GH6 ventilation, but after focus of G9 Mark II. But honestly, I do not suggest to spend $2,000 on camera like that. If you want it, it's okay. To me, this is not professional camera. This is like for travel, for your personal use travel camera. Even if sometimes you can see a box, it's a S9 Pro Mark II. Normally for professional use, they don't use even crop sensor. Suggested full frame. Even some magazines will not accept full frame. Like fashion magazines, they might say we don't need full frame, we need medium format. So it depends on how you look. But to me, $2,000 for this camera, I don't know, it's not for everybody. you can buy crop sensor like Sony A6700, pretty much the same specs, photo 210 bit, for probably $1,300. For this price, I could get R8 Canon with professional lens, like they have Canon 14 to 35 f4 IS. So to me, honestly, okay, this 1200, but you can get for less than that, 1100, maybe for $1,000. So this $1,000, suppose $1,100, and a rate you can get for $1,000. So it's full frame. This is professional grade lens, and you have IS. So you have IS, stabilization optical, and then you have digital stabilization R8. It's starting from 14 because of the certain crop of digital stabilization. It might go to like 17, 18, whatever, but still good. And f8 is fine, and f4 is fine. This lens is very sharp. So you can get R8 with this pro lens for the price of the new Lumix, $2,000. I don't know who is that for. Yeah, metal body, yes, but I don't know why they want to play with it. Micro Four Third for pro use. Professional people in the past never used such a small sensor. Even for video 16 millimeters was like for amateurs. Normally it goes 35, or super 35 for video. For bigger budget videos would be, not videos, movies would be 70 or 65. Panavision or Ari or some brands. So to me this is, some say professional use, but it cannot be professional use. This camera in low light will have noise. Even daylight, I see they take portrait pictures, it's not sharp enough. And the bokeh or bokeh is not a full frame bokeh, it's some kind of smaller sensor bokeh. From this sensor to, let's say, 1 inch, it's not that far. Don't expect big bokeh from that, and don't expect super low light performance. Now, the lens, they offer the lens for that, like a lens, it has no stabilization. So if you want stabilization, you need to switch to certain mode, digital, or they have super stabilization, it will be crop. So basically, even less. So I don't know, I cannot really suggest on this camera. If you have few cameras like full frame or medium format, maybe it's okay, it's one kind of camera, like small fun camera, but I would not really consider for big assignments that one. People do, but I don't think it's right. If they would go to photography school, if somebody is telling them shoot with 4x5 film, you know, the box film, and after that you go down to medium format or this, or like full frame, and then this is the last one would be. So to me that is for like for travel, vlogging, yeah, vlogging, not for professional photography. For video I think it's okay, but I've seen it, this camera is made in China. It's, you can look at the bottom, it says made in China. So I don't know how long it's gonna last. That is like Panasonic, I guess, consumer line made in China. So about S9, I don't know where S9 is made, maybe China too. But it is full frame, but the specs, like, I don't like to record like maximum like what, 15 minutes or something. 15 minutes probably if you are not on the sun. If your camera is sitting on the sun like in Hawaii, all hot, and you start to record, maybe it will not even record it, those whatever minutes. So I would suggest on probably full frame they have, Lumix S5WX. I would suggest on that one, and the price is less than smaller sensor. And for this one you can get normal like lens. Maybe they're more expensive, but this would be more professional. If you want photo shoot, that would be camera for photo shoot. And then suppose like 24 to 70. Expensive, but not crazy expensive like this one, because you see like this $1,800. You can find maybe on eBay is less, $1,500. That is professional kind of quality and grade, this camera. Not the camera, this lens. So it's up to you. This has 2.8, 24 to 70. They're comparing every time camera for photo shoot. They should compare Lumix with this lens versus Canon or Nikon or Sony. They don't count Lumix full frame lens. This lens will fit or will work with Lumix. Anyway, that's all I can say. Have a good time. Bye.